Hello, lovely creatives. Art Diner is coming back with a slightly changed format. You can find the finished artwork from this week's speed paint on my Instagram, p_ivetto. Be sure to drop a follow if you want to see more drawings like this one. And let's get right into it. For those unaware, back in 2020, long time ago, I started a podcast with my friend Rita, and we slowly made these episodes on other channel on YouTube. After our last episode in October last year, we got pulled into another hiatus before we knew it. And sometimes life gets in the way of these passion projects. So my idea to salvage it was to make it something into like a commitment or a challenge to myself. Most of the comments I would get from our dear listeners was that when is the next one? Please make more. Well, the idea is to have new episodes out weekly or bi-weekly. Changing our format is also an important thing to address. With the idea of these episodes coming weekly or bi-weekly, I must make changes to the length of the episode since I will be editing and adding my art. And on top of that, coming up with all of the ideas for the show. There's just too many things at the moment to handle in order to release the episode so shortly. So please bear with me for a little while, and hopefully, this project evolves into something bigger and I can get help on some other tasks from other people. I am really excited for this new beginning of the Our Diner podcast. I hope to bring cool people on for interviews. That would be really exciting, as well as your already familiar faces like Rita, our beloved co host. For now, she's very busy with the convention season, selling many prints, stickers, charms, and art books. We hope to hear her soon. She is currently running a Patreon, so if you like her art and want to support her, head over to patreon.com/darktarot. That's DARKTAROU. I hope that spelled it right. English is not my first language, so thank you guys, and let's get into our first topic for today. Because we're doing these long breaks in between the Art Diner episodes, I feel like I owe you guys to talk a little bit about what I have been up to these months. Maybe some of you know, maybe not, but I have been teaching students for quite a while now, collaborating with the local Vilnius Academy of Arts to teach a fundamentals program for bachelor students. And when I was teaching master students, I tried something a little different. Instead of going over with them about those same fundamentals, I made a tailored mock-up briefs. And we had a really fun time since master students are technically more advanced. We could spend less time on how to use the painting program and make a full-on finished piece. In my opinion, the fastest way of improving is making these bigger pieces when you challenge yourself throughout the way. Maybe you're someone who struggles with composition, for example, maybe material rendering, or maybe even broader subjects like how do I finish my piece or when do I finish it? When is it done? So, when working on portfolio pieces like this, you go over a whole range of these problems. And so, advancements are visually noticeable after one or two artworks, like already. So, that's really exciting. Moving on with this idea, I started thinking, what if I continued this type of work? I had some time off from academy teaching, and I decided to open up spots for people who are interested in our mentorships. And to my really big surprise, my first student came really quickly, and I thought to myself, wow, like without having a big social media following, like how did this happen, right? I did work really hard on my website page, which is now live, and you can visit it on ivetto.net/learn and see for yourself. Maybe give me some feedback. I'll have it linked in the description below. And upon launch of the website and the registration form system, I started getting more inquiries, and I'm still extremely surprised, but I really enjoy teaching, and so I want to continue it. I think I can learn a lot from teaching as well. If it's a fundamentals course, for example, I go over them all over again. Talking with these students boosts my motivation levels to create a personal piece to crazy extents. and they're all trying so much, improving not by days, but like by minutes. I couldn't like have asked for better students, honestly. One of them actually recently successfully got an internship at Envar where I work, and I'm really proud of her. Really excited for this new thing. It sometimes obviously come with some trying times, of course, you know. I want to keep developing this thing since I have so much fun doing it. And on top of everything I need to do in the day, it's like on my schedule, squeezed in. Reserving time for improving products is really tough. So now my biggest focus is making these classes more accessible to people who can't invest as many hours or money. So stay tuned for new things. I try to come out with amazing quality things for you guys. So it will take a bit longer. It will take a little bit more time, so please follow on Instagram or YouTube for any announcements. And if you're interested, sign up for the mentorship program. Thank you, thank you. Moving on to the next segment. Uh, is the changes on Artstation with introducing a tag for the AI generated work. Many artists felt hopeless, either completely deleted their works off of the platform or stopped uploading on it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, in December last year, we all got an email with a statement from Artstation regarding their updated terms of service. And it says the following: our goal in Artstation is to empower artists with tools to showcase their work. Very nice sentence. We have updated our terms of service to reflect new features added to Artstation as it relates to the use of AI software in the creation of our work posted on the platform. We have introduced the No AI tag. When you tag your projects using the No AI tag, the projects will automatically be assigned an HTML No AI meta tag. This will mark the project so that AI systems know you explicitly disallow the use of the project and its content by AI systems. We have also updated the terms of service to reflect that it is prohibited to collect, aggregate, mine, scrape, or otherwise use any content uploaded to Artstation for the purposes of testing, inputting, or integrating such content with AI or other algorithmic methods where any content has been tagged, labeled, or otherwise marked no AI. Now, while it seems all fine and dandy, look how inclusive we are. We have to remember this is AI generated images we're talking about, not some type of tool usage, not some new technology that we just must start using in our works to keep up. Um, when these prompt writers type in artist names to literally generate images based on someone else's creations, this new way of art is damaging to all of us. Sure, we will be able to draw and paint once we all lost our jobs, but will it be the same though? The thought of not being able to have my 9 to 5 work or actually do what I love sounds like hell. And upon reading the statement, many artists started moving off to places like Instagram or Twitter, uploading their portfolio works to their, own websites. So here is a recent note from a well-known artist going by the name of Chen Bearpig on Instagram. Says, I think I'm going to reinstate work on my ArtStation account. Still confused and upset at how they handled the AI situation, or a site that thrived off artists and did reach outs, interviews, met the community in person. It felt like a straight up betrayal. I joined very early on and I discovered so many of my favorite artists through the site. I mean, I've liked over 11,000 pieces on there. I used it almost every day. I think our station stance is clear and they chose not to protect their community. And honestly, couldn't have said it better. This mood has been going on for quite a while amongst artists. When we're talking about our station, I think it is understandable how many of the more well-known ones want to leave the platform altogether. However, if you're a smaller creator, you might be confused at what to do. Do I leave now and upload elsewhere? Do I stay and have my work visibility boosted? There are many of us who still need to find their first jobs or want to have their option of getting into the trending page, whenever they upload a new artwork. I am not saying option A or B is the answer. Simply putting this other less like talked about narrative on the table. And in my opinion, if you stand strongly by the fact that art, quote unquote, is not supposed to be showcased on places like Artstation, then I think you should take action, like either way, right? And no matter like if your account is big or small, it will have impact once all do the same thing, all of us. And we all saw what happened to DeviantArt, right? After it did not listen to its creators and went to the corporate route. After all, like Chamber Big mentioned, we are the key reason why that website is out there in the first place. We should have a say in what goes on there. Now, I know it is very scary to upload to a new place or go into platforms that, for example, favor posting it often and regularly, like Instagram or Twitter, where the algorithm is kind of controlling how much visibility you actually get. And while the other big creators remain posting that was on our station, most likely that many of the smaller accounts will also, you know, follow along and keep on posting there. Let me know your thoughts though in the comments. Like, how do you feel about all of this? Do you feel confident in being able to take a stance and stop uploading there? Will you keep on uploading just because you have no other choice? Like, work related, you need to be seen. Would you upload elsewhere if there was an equally good website that had AI generated images forbidden? I know I would. So that brings us to our third segment of today. And while the impending doom of robots pushing us out of jobs and taking over everything we love is a heavy topic, right? Uh, we still need to stay aware, obviously, but it is also healthy to step away and take a break. So we can move on to a lighter note. Have you guys seen the new Spider movie yet? I went to the cinema during my vacation. It was so cool. I felt so inspired after seeing it. All of the creative choices. I had watched the first movie, Into the Spider-Verse, just before going to see the second one. And I can say that both movies seem like they complement each other. It's not often the case with the second part of the movie, but this one they did it right. The different universes visited in the film were designed to look like they were each drawn in a different by a different artist. And of course, I will not spoil you the fun and strongly advise to watch the movie yourself if you haven't already. But we can still all celebrate that within the film's 2 weeks of release, it surpassed the $400 million mark worldwide. That is a crazy amount. And it's in only 2 weeks. When the original budget apparently was only $100 million. And I say only, but movie terms, right? Cool thing to note also is for one of the segments in the movie, they hired a 14-year-old Lego YouTuber. Creators of the Spider-Man movie saw his remake of the Into the Spider-Verse trailer and thought he was a perfect man for the job or the perfect kid for the job. I find this so fun how opportunities like this can just fall onto your lap as long as you create what you love and like share it with the world. So that's like more of a happy note from our previous AI conversation. Also, I have recommendations. If you're hungry for more similar style of content, there is a movie made by the same producers, Bill Lord and Chris Miller, called The Mitchells versus the Machines, and it's on Netflix. I've watched it several times already, mostly due to my little sister wanting to see it over and over again. Now, moving on to our next segment is a little bit of a tips for you guys segment. You may know Sergei Kritskiy. I'm sorry that if I'm like pronouncing it wrong. You may know him as the Lair Factory guy on Gumroad. And if you don't, then let me introduce you. So Sergey is a developer and artist who makes many cool Photoshop plugins that like ease your day-to-day life. and most popular amongst them being the Layer Factory and the Perspective tool. A new tool called Lasso Draw for Photoshop has been released recently, and here's how he describes it. At its core, the tool allows you to draw with the lasso tool and automatically fill in the section with the foreground color or cut with the selection. Additionally, with the different modes that can completely transform the way you're thinking and using the selection tools. It is currently out as a pay what you want product on Sergei's Gumroad page. So to grab yours, head over to kritsky.gumroad.com. That's KRISTSKIY.gumroad.com. Well, that wraps up the tip section of this week's show. And we're moving through these segments like crazy. This is really fun for me. But next, I would love to talk about more social media related content. Social media for some of us seems like it's like this dark, deep forest where we get so confused just how do I become noticed or how do I keep up with posting regularly and so on. Others think it's an easy job to have it if you do it all without a 9 to 5 taking up your time in the day. So overall, lastly, I wanted to talk a bit about an example that we who work hard can take from a famous creator, RossDraws, who has been on a break from social media due to his mental and emotional well-being since last year. I don't watch his videos too often, but recently I've watched an older video from his. The video titled My 14-Hour Workday as an Artist features him going through his day with many tasks, including meetings with Patreon, Twitch streams, video filming, and so on. He began the video saying it's not something that like he condones working 14 hours a day, yet it is his reality. So, it is what it is. Now I don't know if you guys have ever tried working 14 hours a day, but it's so tough to keep it up for a long period of time since it's more like a marathon, not a sprint. That means Ross works like that every day from waking up to going to sleep. He's constantly working. And on top of that, being so public, going through controversies, I can't imagine that it is really a big toll on his mental health. And I'm not surprised at all about the break. The reason I'm talking about this in the first place is because he posted a new 3 minute video recently announcing a figurine from his IP. By the way, the figurine that cost $550. Oy, oy. It it does look really cool though, so I recommend watching the video. But moreover, let's have this whole message of remembering to take care of your own well-being when you're going at it like crazy with your personal projects as like a lesson, taking breaks is okay, normal. So that was the last thing that I wanted to talk about with you guys today, and it wraps up this week's Art Diner. It's really fun to be back, and I'm excited for the future. Guys, if you have any topic suggestions or ideas, please share in the comments below. Drop a like on the video since it helps us reach more listeners. And yeah, thank you for sticking out until the end, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.